Hey, what's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Cans Pats Talk Patriots podcast. It is a Monday, man. Top of the week. We coming off a Patriots victory Monday, man. This is crazy, man. The Patriots are 6-2. We are 6-2, coming off a big time win, 32-13 over the Cleveland Browns. Heading to a game this week in Week 9 against the Atlanta Falcons. We'll get into that game later on this week. But today is all about celebrating the win against the Browns. Fifth straight win. You are with you 4-0 undefeated on the road. You are now 2-1, 2-2 at the house. So you only played 4 home games. You got another home game this week against the Falcons. Now these Cleveland Browns win. It started out a little bit bumpy. I mean, Myles Garrett had 5 sacks. Dylan Gabriel, the first drive, opening drive defense still being bad. But for you to sustain the success that you've been doing the last couple of weeks and kind of weather the storm because it was tough to start off with, good win. It was a good win by the Patriots, man. It was a good win, man. Drake may turn the ball over, but they was able to withstand the turnover and withstand the early game hurdles, and they was able to pull away with a big time win. Got the run game going. Travion Henderson, Mondre Stevenson looked good. Drake May, we already know he can run the ball. So I mean, you had over 150 yards rushing. And you remember my bold prediction this week? I said the Patriots will pick up where they left off last week against the Titans and continue to run the ball good, man. Before we get started with this Patriots Brown recap, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're sharing the content, and make sure you are subscribed to the Ken's Pats Talk Patriots podcast. Also, this live stream is brought to you by the Sportsline Media, powered by the Sportsline Media. Make sure you go over there, www.sportslinemedia.com. Check the website out, man. Make sure you're subscribed to their YouTube as well, man. We do shows all during the week. This show is powered by the Sportsline Media. So really appreciate the guys over there, man. So 6-2. I mean, if you thought we'd be 6-2 when the season started, I mean, you gotta be kidding yourself. There's no way. I didn't think that. I didn't think they'd be 6-2. I knew they'd probably. I thought they'd start the season off probably 1-1. I thought they would lose to the Raiders. I had that game as an L. Then I figured if they beat the Raiders, then they would beat. If they lose to the Raiders, they would beat Miami, and then they were home in a game against the Steelers, and the Steelers played Green Bay last night. A game against the Steelers, they should have won that game against Pittsburgh. You turn the ball over 5 times. It's not a lot of teams that you're gonna beat when you turn the ball over 5 times. So they struggled that game. And then you look at, played the Panthers, blew Carolina out, went to Buffalo. You won there. You beat Miami. During the street, you beat the Saints. You went to New Orleans after the Bills game when a lot of people thought that Saints game was gonna be a trap game. You beat the Saints. Then you go to Tennessee and Mike Vrabel revenge game. You win that game. You win 3 straight games on the road. Then you back home to a place where you have struggled at the last few years. Since Brady's left, you really struggled at home, and now you've won 2 straight home games. So, I mean, when you look at the AFC and the NFL as a whole, we're about to see the Chiefs play here in a little bit. They play the Commanders tonight. I will be giving my prediction on that game here soon. There really ain't no dominant team. I mean, I guess you can say Kansas City, they won 2 straight, looking at their 3rd straight. They're getting healthy. They got Rashee Rice back. The Bills were on the bye. They beat the Panthers, and the Panthers they were 4-3 now. They're 4-4 now. But I mean, Bills came off the bye and beat them. They didn't have Bryce Young. The Steelers just lost last night to Green Bay. Baltimore they beat they beat the Bears yesterday without Lamar, and they play Miami this Thursday on Thursday Night Football. So let's see what Baltimore's about. There really ain't no dominant team. Denver, they beat the Cowboys, but we know how the Cowboys are during this time of the year. And you got the Chargers. They've won a couple now, so we just have to see. There really ain't no team that running away with nothing. The Patriots sit atop the AFC East. They're a game ahead of the Patriots. They're a game ahead of the Buffalo Bills. If the Bills lose to Kansas City, they'll be a couple games ahead of them. So the Patriots can afford to drop a game here soon, which I think they might lose to Tampa, maybe even Atlanta. And just so that if the Bills lose to the Chiefs, the Patriots still on top of the division. They still on top, so they can afford to lose a game here shortly. Not to say you want to lose a game and just give a game away, but I'm just saying it's not ending where they do lose one. But Drake May, he's been superb. He's been great. Only turned the ball over 1 time during this win streak, and then he come back, those 3 touchdowns. What he has his TD, the interception ratio right now is 15 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And we're at the halfway point of the season. So he's probably on track. He's probably on pace for about 30 touchdowns and maybe about 8, 9, maybe even 10 interceptions. But Jake May's played real good, man. The skill position players, Pop Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, Stephon Diggs been coming on lately. Mac Hollins, the tight ends, Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. You finally got Travion Henderson going yesterday. If we can continue to get Travion Henderson going, that's going to unlock another. That's going to unlock another untapped potential in this offense with Travion. And we ain't even got our third round rookie Cal Williams, another top 100 pick. Haven't he's gotten on the field, but he really hasn't got a lot of opportunities. So I think this offense can be a lot better. Patriots offense is what I think we're a top 10 scoring unit. We're a top 10 offense, and you're averaging 26 per game, 26 points per game. And it's been so bad. It's been so tough for the Patriots to score the points the past few years. With Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi, and when we had Cam, like we've averaged like 13 points, 13 to 15 points. We've been lucky to even score touchdowns the last couple of years. And now for us just to start back scoring again, Josh McDaniels, I give a lot of credit to JMD, Josh McDaniels. Come back. Yeah, he's with the Raiders. He's not a head coach. He had that blunder with the Colts, didn't last with the Broncos. Then it was a disaster with the Raiders. He come back and just look at it. Him and Vrabel, the way they've brought in other guys on the coaching staff. They brought in the right pieces around May, offensive line, receivers, other coaches, coordinators. And I mean, Drake May looks like a complete different quarterback. Not to say he looked terrible last year. He was good last year with what he had around him, but he looks like a complete different quarterback this year, man. And I think hats off to Josh McDaniels. He's done a lot with his team, with Drake May in the offense, because it's not a lot to work with. I like Hunter Henry. Stephon Diggs is 30, about to be 32, coming off a torn ACL. So whatever's left of him. You got Matt Hollins, a journeyman. Your Cal Williams, your Ricky hasn't really done much. And you got Kayshawn Boutte and Pop Douglas. It's not really a lot. He's not playing. He doesn't have what the Eagles have around Jalen Hurts or what the Bengals have around Burrow or nothing like that. He's not playing with a lot of talent. And for him to look as good as he has been looking is crazy. And I think Drake May is top of the MVP conversation. He's up there with Baker and Dak and Mahomes. We see what Mahomes does tonight. But I think Drake May, he gets my vote right now for lead. He's the lead in the clubhouse for MVP. I mean, he just averaging about 3 touchdowns a game now. Even when he's not throwing 3 touchdowns, he's running for him. His rushing yards. So I mean, I'm excited. It's a good time right now to be a Patriots fan and creator or whatnot. So we just got to keep it up. Got a big game this week against Atlanta. Another home game, and we can get to that Atlanta game Thursday. But let's talk real quick about this Browns game before we pick the Monday night game. Myles Garrett 5 sacks. That's not going to happen again. Will Campbell struggled a little bit, but when you go back and look at the film, he really only gave up 2 sacks. And he did some good things against Garrett. Garrett's probably the best player in the league, best defender in the league. Let's just say the best defensive player in the league. I mean, that's not going to happen again. That's an anomaly. That won't happen again. 5 sacks, and all of them went on Will Campbell. Some on Jarrett Wilson. He was on the other side against Morgan Moses, Michael Winyu. So he was all over the line, man. They did a good job of moving Myles Garrett around yesterday. He caused havoc. Will Campbell had his struggles, but I wouldn't say it was all on him. I think Drake May ran into a couple sacks too. All in all, I thought Will Campbell was okay. Wasn't his best game, but that's Myles Garrett. There's not too many people going to be able to block him one-on-one. And there was times yesterday when they had him, they chipped him, and they left a tight end over there, left 3 people over there, and Myles Garrett was still getting in the backfield. So 5 sacks by a single player, I don't think that'll ever happen again. That was the first time it ever happened, I believe. So, I mean, hats off to Myles Garrett. Other than that, he's the only person that showed up for the Browns. Harold Finley had a couple catches, had a touchdown. We shut Quinshon Judkins down. I mean, he was hot, and the Patriots' run defense is great. It's real good. Got another big test this week against Bijan Robinson. But other than that, the only person that showed up for the Browns yesterday was Myles Garrett. That was it. I mean, I don't want to see. I'm scared to find out what would happen if they didn't have Myles Garrett yesterday. The game probably would have been worse. I feel like Drake May, just the way he moves in the pocket, he avoided a couple sacks too. He could have had more. They could have had more sacks. He got sacked 5 times yesterday. He avoided a few. Just the way he flows and moves out that pocket, find the lanes to get down the field. Drake May, he's elevating the offensive line. He's elevating the talent around him. When you got that quarterback, when you got your guy behind center, and up in the center, you can do a lot. It allows you to do a lot. That he makes people look a whole lot better than what they are. And that's what Drake May's been doing, especially during this 5-game win streak. Jerry Jeudy for Cleveland had a donut on the score on the box score stat sheet. He didn't do much. I think Isaiah Bond had a catch or 2. I think Jamari Thrash did something. And Joku caught the touch. That was a nice throw by Dylan Gabriel. It was a dart. Other than that, they didn't do much. Browns did not do much. 2 interceptions. Robert Spillane had a pick. Jalen Hawkins had a 1-hand interception. I mean, I think the defense was good yesterday, was great. And I know it's the Browns, but the Browns are a top 10, they're a top 10 defensive unit. And the Patriots put up 32 on a top 10 defensive unit. You know, a lot of people saying, well, they haven't played nobody. Now, when you play a top defense, it's the Browns. So, I mean, they just got to keep checking off these boxes, man. They're going to have to keep checking off these boxes. But all in all, I thought it was a good performance. A real good performance. I don't think it could have been no better. I mean, he threw the one bad interception. His foot looked a little crazy. His footwork was crazy on the pick. I don't know what he was trying to do on that one. He said during the post game he was trying to throw it downfield, but he didn't know the guy in front of him could jump. Swishinger, that's his name, the linebacker for the Browns, 43. I think he got hurt too. But after that, that was all she wrote. Drake May just looked phenomenal. It's like the interception just woke up the offense, woke up him. They got run game going, offensive line protected better. Drake May was just dealing. And I like the fact that he's spreading the ball around. There's no number one guy, no one guy you got to double cover because every week it's going to be somebody different. Every week it's going to either be Mac Hollins. It was Mac Hollins yesterday. Then it might be Kayshawn Boutte. We had Stephon Diggs game against Buffalo. Pop just had a game a couple weeks ago. Like the tight ends, like on National Tight End Day, you got Hooper involved. You got Hunter Henry involved. Every week, it might even be the run game. Every week, every game is going to be somebody different. That's what I'm liking about this team. They're switching it up. And they're not no household names except what, Stephon Diggs, maybe Hunter Henry. Nobody that keeps you up at night, but it's the fact that they are spreading the ball around. And Vrabel said throw the ball to the open guy, and that's basically what they've been doing. The Browns, I think they should. I think they're on a bye week, and maybe they might go to Shedeur Sanders after the bye because I think if Shedeur played yesterday, I think the game probably would have been a little bit. Now they still would have lost probably by a couple scores, probably not 3 scores, maybe 2 scores if Shedeur played because he got to get in the routine of start and then get the reps and stuff like that. But I thought the game would have looked a little better yesterday if Shedeur would have played. But because after that first drive, Browns really couldn't do nothing. They had a couple plays here that really couldn't do much after that first drive. And we got another thing. We got to figure out the opening drive defense. The slow starts have been terrible. We got to pick it up. The slow starts are awful. Got to be better. We're starting off these games slow. You got Spencer Rattler driving down the field with the Saints. Then they only got a field goal a couple weeks ago. He's making your defense look bad on the first drive. Cam Ward last week. And they just got blew out by the coach yesterday. He's making your defense look bad. Yesterday, Dylan Gray, but the opening drive defenses, the slow start, they got to stop. Slow starts have been terrible on defense. It's just the defense. It's like after that first or second drive, they wake up. They got to get better on that first drive. Opening defense has been terrible. They have got to get better on that first drive. Hopefully this week, as the week goes and we get into the Falcons a little more, we're gonna talk more about the Falcons come Wednesday and Thursday on Midweek Motion Wednesday and Thursday on my own show. We'll have a special guest on that show too, so make sure you check it out Thursday. Got a Falcons guy coming on so we can talk about the Falcons and Patriots. But they got to figure out the slow starts. They got to, man. Browns went right down the field, scored 7-0 after you went 3 and out your first drive, and it's like the opening script is giving them problems, and it happened again. Now, once you start playing these better teams, that's when it's going to come back and bite you. Once you start playing Tampa, and you're on the road in Tampa, and you go down, they score 3-0, they get up 3-0 or 7-0, then that 7-0 turns into 10-0 because Drake May can't save you. Your offense can't save you at that point in time. That's when it's really going to hurt you. That's when it's really going to hurt you. So they got to pick up on the open scripts. They got to get better. Once you start playing Tampa, and when you Buffalo, Baltimore's starting to get hot. I know Cincinnati lost to the Jets yesterday, but they got some guys that they can open it up on you, especially on your defense, especially opening drive. You got to play the Giants. You got 2 games against the Jets. You got Dolphins. Your tough remaining games is Tampa, Buffalo, and Baltimore. We'll see how Baltimore looks later on this year when we go down there. But right now, your 3 toughest remaining games is Buffalo, Baltimore, and Tampa Bay. Tampa's on a bye, so Tampa's going to have an extra week to prepare for you. You go down to Tampa in a couple weeks, and you start out slow, you're going to be in trouble. Because all of a sudden now that 3-0 turns into potentially 7-0. That 3-0 turns into 7-0. And then maybe the 7-0 will turn into 10-0. So You can't do that on the road against a good team like that because your quarterback ain't gonna be able to say you all the time. You're getting away with it right now against the Titans and the Saints and the Browns and Panthers, teams like that. You're getting away with it. You start playing those tougher opponents, it's not going to you're not gonna be able to do it like that. It's not gonna happen. Make sure you're hitting that like button. And make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you're sharing the content, man. Appreciate it. So good game, 32-13, just to put a bow on the Browns game. We'll get into Atlanta later on this week. 32-13. Drake May 3. I mean, we're running out of things to say about Drake May. He's looking real good. 3 touchdowns. Still haven't got to the 300 mark yet, but he's gonna get there. So I think he'll get there. Maybe this week against the Falcons. So 3 touchdowns. Just phenomenal. Good, great quarterback rating. Got sacked 5 times by Garrett. Other than that, Drake May was superior. The run game was good. And I want us to continue getting Travion Henderson the ball on the edges. Don't just run him right in the middle. Get him throwing some sweeps, throwing some give him some counters or some stretches. Get him on the outside. You can see how explosive he is when once he put his foot in the dirt and he goes. Travion Henderson, he's a good back. He showed you what you drafted him for. Very explosive. Didn't score yesterday, but he had 10 carries for 70-something yards, 70+ yards. That's a good game for Travion Henderson. Mondre had 14 for 34, so the two backs still combined for 100+ yards. That's good. So right now, like I said, there's no team that's really dominant. We're gonna see Kansas City play. I'm about to pick the Monday Night Football game here shortly. We're gonna see Kansas City play tonight. Right now, the Colts, they're playing some good ball. Nobody's talking about Indianapolis. The Colts, they look real good. What are they, 7-1 now? Now they haven't played. I want to see them against Pittsburgh this week. I know Pittsburgh ain't great, but I think Pittsburgh can move the ball a little bit of offense with Rodgers. So I want to see the Colts on the road in Pittsburgh, get them out that dome. I want to see how that might be my upset pick of the week, Pittsburgh over the Colts. But I want to see them. I want to see them this week. But the Colts, they're playing real good. Nobody's talking about Indianapolis. 7-1. Nobody's talking about them. They playing some good ball. Playing some real good ball. So Colts, Patriots, Colts the 1 seed, Patriots 2 seed. You got Broncos at the 3 seed, I believe. Then you got the Broncos 3 seed. Yeah, Broncos are 3 seed, and then Pittsburgh 4, or it might be Pittsburgh 3, Broncos 4. It's one way, but I know Colts are 1 right now, and the Colts schedule. I know they got to play Kansas City in a couple weeks. They got Pittsburgh, then they got some divisional games. So the Colts very well. It's early, but the Colts very well can be the 1 seed. They only got 1 loss. Everybody else got 2 losses or more. So that's a lot to play for. You get the midweek point of the season, week 8, going into week 9. Interesting seeing the power rankings. I think the Patriots are a top 5 team in the NFL. The top 3 in the AFC are top 5 in the NFL. And I have my power rankings out later on this week, but Patriots are a top 5 team. Man, I don't think it's close. Seattle's on the bye this week. I think Philly's on the bye on this coming week too. So some of the dominant team, they're going on buys, or they already was on a buy. So I think the Patriots, I think they're a top 5 team. So I want to see when the rankings come out tomorrow where they rank at. So that's gonna be it for the Browns Patriots recap. Let's talk about Monday Night Football. Chiefs Commanders. Commanders do not have Jaden Daniels. They do get Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel back. Last time I seen the Commanders last week against the Cowboys, they were getting blown out. So that Commanders defense gonna have their hands full tonight with Kansas City. Mahomes is hit. Mahomes and that team's getting healthy. You got Rasheed Rice, Thornton, Brown. Man, they got who else? They got Xavier Worthy. So they got a lot of guys that over there in Kansas City. Pacheco at running game, offensive line. I think they're missing a couple stars tonight. But Marcus Mariota is starting for the Commanders. Going to be interesting to see how that goes. I do think the Commanders can make it interesting. I think the line that game was like 14 points or 11 points last time I looked. I think it was 11. So a lot of times when the line is that big, I think the Commanders will cover. I don't think they'll play as bad as they played last week against the Cowboys. I think they'll play a lot better. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough. The way you beat Mahomes, for one, you need to get them in third and long. Offense, number one, you can't turn the ball over. Get the run game going. Protect Mariota. On defense, just get after them. Just get after them. Switch up your coverage. Just get after them. Get them in third and long. Just get them in third and long. So, and you got a good chance against the Kansas City Chiefs. But I do expect a better performance by the Commanders today than what they put on against the Cowboys last week. They were banged up. They're still hurt. But Jaden Daniels isn't playing. I would give him a much better chance if JD5, Jaden Daniels was playing. But with just Marcus Mariota back there, I don't see them doing much tonight. So I'm going to go final score Chiefs looked good last week against the Raiders. The Raiders couldn't even score last week. By the way, I don't know how we lost to the Raiders week 1. That game there still hurts me. Had the Patriots lost to the Raiders week 1. I guess it was just, Josh McDaniels and the offense getting a feel of things or whatnot. But I don't know how that week 1 loss still stings. Even that week 1 loss stings more than the Steelers loss. I can see you lose to the Steelers because you turned the ball over 5 times. But against the Raiders, and the Raiders have been horrible. They've been awful since they played. They've won like 1 game. And the game they beat the Titans. Raiders ain't a good team. They just signed Tyler Lockett today. I don't know how they lost that game. So that might be when you look at the end of the year and say, I wish we had that one back. But I'm gonna go with this game. I'm gonna go 28. No, I'm gonna go 28-16. Chiefs. I think Mahomes has a couple touchdowns. They get the run game going. I just don't think the Mariota and that Commanders offense is gonna be able to keep up. So I'm gonna go 28-16. Chiefs. That's gonna be it for the night. We'll be back live Wednesday, midweek motion with my guy Pat's Planet. We're gonna do a preview of the Falcons game, do our predictions, do a quick recap of the Browns again before we put the final touches on that week 8 game. We're gonna get into the Falcons, bold predictions, game predictions, breakout players. We're gonna go through the matchups. That's on midweek motion on Wednesday, Thursday. Got a special guest joining the show, so make sure you check out the stream on Thursday. We'll be going live there on that Thursday show. Will be at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So 7 p.m. on Thursday. Make sure you guys check out the stream, man. Got a special guest coming on. We're gonna talk some Falcons, Patriots, do a preview of that game. Do our predictions with the special guests. So that's gonna be it for tonight. Y'all enjoy Monday Night Football, and see you guys Wednesday. Go Pat. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the content, and make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit that like button. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Go Pats.